Hello and welcome back. So to continue from where we stopped in the last video, in this email verified, instead of just adding one, that is setting all the email verified properties for every seed user we create to true, maybe we can just select random. Maybe the first one could be 0, the other one could be 1, or just pick random. And then we can do that using Lodash. I think we already have Lodash installed. And then we pass the list 0 and 1. Okay, so it's always going to randomly select. Maybe for the first one could be 1, the second one will be 0, just like that. Okay, so we have our auth data. Now what we need to do is just call await, and then we call our create auth user. Okay, so we call the create auth user. Or I just thought of something. Maybe what we can do is let's go to our service. Okay, what we can do here, we have two options. We can add a property called maybe we can set it as type equals to seed. Okay, so we just do the check. If type is equal to seed, then we don't call this. Okay, if type is not equal to seed, then we call this. Or the second option can be just duplicate this function. You can see create seed user. Okay, so because for now we don't want to send this, so what I can do is probably let's just use it, because once we create our user service and then we create seed data, we want this to be called. Okay, so I think we can leave it this way. Okay, but for testing we are going to remove it. Okay, so I'll add this right here. Okay, so we have our create user. Now down here I will just set res.status and then status codes .ok.json. We don't really need to worry about any token. Okay, and then this will be seed users created successfully. This will not be sent to the clients. Okay, so only just we send the request from the API gateway so that we can have users in the database, and we're only creating for the MySQL database. Okay, so with this now we have the controller method that can be used to generate seed users. We are passing a count variable, so the number of users we want to create, and then we use that count variable to create the usernames from using this generate username right here. Okay, the reason why I did this, I think for the latest version of Faker, they removed the case where you can create usernames. So they removed the method that can be used to create usernames. So that was why I installed this unique user generator. Now for you, if you have maybe a library that includes everything you need, you might not actually need this. You can then just directly use the count variable. Okay, so and then we construct the properties. We check if the username or email already exists. If it does, we throw an error. Otherwise, we construct our auth data, and then we create the user. Let us add the routes. So I'll go to routes. You can add it into one of these, or you can just create your own route file. Okay, we just need one of these, and I'll change this to seed routes. Okay, we only need one route, which is going to be a put. Okay, so this is going to be put, and then it's going to be seed. Now it's going to be auth, or yeah, auth slash seed, or seed slash colon count. Okay, and the method we want is the create method. Okay, so the create method is what we want. Yes, and we don't need this. Okay, now let's go to the routes folder. Probably we might change something. Okay, for the seeds, let's see if we need the base API. Yes, okay, we need the base, or the base part. Okay, yeah, this is fine. So here I'm going to just call seed routes. Okay, I'll call seed routes. This is going to be Auth. Okay, so now we have the controller and then we also have the route. Let's add it to our API gateway. Okay, so open the API gateway, go to controllers, then Auth, and I'm going to create a seed.ts file. And then here it's just simple. I'm going to add, let me copy one of these here and then add it to seed. So I'll call this Auth seed, and this is going to be create. Yep, so this is going to be create. And then here Auth service, we don't need this session. Here we are going to use the seed method, and the seed method will take request.params.count. Okay, so we can check it. Okay, so it requires the count. Here I just cut this. We would have gotten an error and then wondering what was happening. Here I used it as a get. Okay, but in my Auth service, I think I used it as put. Yeah, sometimes yeah, here I used it as puts, but here I used it as where is it? I used it as a get. So you can probably, yeah, I think we can use a put here as well. Okay, so we can use a put for this to just be consistent. Okay, and yeah, so we go ahead, and then the only thing we don't need user, we just only need to get response.data. Okay, so this is the seed. Let's go and add it to the route. So let's go to auth.ts, and then here we're going to add a put, and this is going to be seed : dash or slash : count. Okay, and this is going to be auth. Let me import this dot create. Okay, so here now we have the route in the API gateway, and also we have it in the Auth service. In the next video, we are going to try this out. Okay.